Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. In case you're new here, my name is Maren
and I'm Maureen.
Yeah, so in today's episode we are going to be reacting to a video. In our channel we keep doing the videos we do is to raise awareness, right?
And when we do Chinese content, especially of Chinese misbehaving either in Africa or Chinese people who are misbehaving in their own country in China, some people in our comment section come out and say Chinese can't be racist. No, not in China, or Chinese in Africa don't do this and that.
Nunca. Chinese are not racist.
Chinese are not racist. And we say, you guys, if you haven't watched someone's struggles, don't discount their experiences. So what did we do when someone said that Chinese people are not racist in Africa?
But then before you land that point, have you realized it? Don't know, you guys on our audience, let us know in the comment section. Do you know that people's accounts about experiencing some sort of racism from Chinese is getting wiped from the internet?
Yes, you guys, we keep saying this, especially racism of Chinese people when they mistreat people in Africa. You look for those videos. For example, if it happens today, you'll find those videos on the internet. But when you look for the videos a few months from now to a year from now, they'll be all gone. They'll be all gone. And then when you look for Chinese racism in China, even worse, you don't find any videos, accounts, right?
Yeah.
So those who manage to those who manage to make the content stay up there, it's by God's grace, because everything is getting wiped out.
Let's just watch and then we come back and talk about it.
Yeah, and mind you guys, this happened in China where there's no racism.
Hello, my name is Nolusindiso. I'm from South Africa. I'm currently based in Shanghai, China, and I work as a kindergarten teacher. On Wednesday, August 23rd, during a disagreement, the HR manager at my job, a guy, punched me on my face. After he punched me and I was screaming, trying to get out of his office, he pushed me down on the couch, telling me that I needed to sit down. I screamed and I was trying to get my phone so I can take pictures and videos of what was happening. Instead, he grabbed my phone and said he didn't have my phone anymore. I don't know how I got out of the office, but somehow I got out, and I was running in the passage of this kindergarten trying to get help. There were various women there. All of them just watched and did nothing. I managed to run to the stairs, but by the time I got to the stairs, he was already there, and he was preventing me from going past him. I was screaming, but he was pulling me, preventing me from leaving. I don't know what came to my head, but I thought about a different exit, and I ran towards the different exit, but he was chasing me. And during the time that he was chasing me, he was singing a song, humming a song, as though to distract me in case so that I can fall and he can catch me. I managed to get out of the building, and there was another lady outside the building shouting for the securities officers to close the gate so I wouldn't get out. But what happened is the security officer made a mistake. Instead of closing the gate, he opened the gate, and then I ran, managing to get out. By the time I got out, I had no shoes on, no socks on. They had taken my phone. I had no bag on. It was just me and nothing on my hands. I didn't know what to do, so I started walking on the streets, and I came across a young Chinese lady. Asked her if she speak English, and she said yes. I asked her to call the cops. She called the cops arrived, and we went back to the kindergarten. When we arrived at the kindergarten, they had gathered everything that belonged to me in the table, telling me that the reason why they were preventing me from leaving is because they wanted me to calm down so they can call the cops to resolve the issue, despite the fact that I wasn't feeling safe, and that is why I wanted to run away. Then the guy who had punched me told the cops that he did not punch me, that I hit my eye on the couch. I asked them to release the CCTV footage of the building while I was running, and they said they don't have it. We went to the police station. At the police station, the vice principal who saw everything happen said that she didn't see anything, and that when this guy might have hit me, she was on the phone, so she didn't see anything. When I arrived there, the cops basically told me that my visa is expiring next week and I do not have proof that this guy has hit me, and therefore I needed to settle. Feeling like I didn't have a choice, I ended up settling for compensation. I'm making this video because there are so many of us out here who are suffering under the hands of our employers, who continue to disobey the law and treat us very poorly. And I'm also making this video because I feel very powerless in this situation. They told me that if I talk to anybody or go to the media about the situation, then they would sue me and I would have to go to jail or get deported. They also threatened to put me on some teachers' blacklist in China so that I would never get a job in China. They also refused to give me any documents that would allow me to work anywhere else in China during this moment. But I'm not okay with just keeping quiet and pretending like this is okay and nothing happened. And I hope if you're seeing this video, you pass it to as many people as possible so that people know that this happens to me.
It's an audio recording that contains the exchange she had between the vice principal to the left as displayed on the screen and the HR guy to the right as displayed on the screen.
Really? Mm. It's my passport. This is your document. This is not your document. This is not your documents. This is not your documents. Actually, what? Okay. I'm gonna leave. I mean, you can. What? What? I'm trying to be really nice to you. Then let me leave. Let me leave. I have you leave with
Come down, say, please. Come down.
You are touching me right now. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Come down.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
No.
Mm.
No. Okay.
You're touching me right now. You're being violent right now.
So guys, after watching that video, please just leave us a comment on what you think about that video and this particular episode. You know, when we keep saying that incidents like this keep happening in China, people don't believe it just because they don't see many accounts of, because even she herself has said that many Africans who are working in China are being mistreated by their employers and they disregard the law when they do this and they keep getting away with it. Why do I think that Chinese employers keep getting away with it? Because there are just not so many cases out there to be seen or to be brought to light after they happen. This is because I feel like someone is swiping out all these footages, you know.
And also they threatened this lady was threatened. So imagine you're in a foreign country, you're all alone, and then this happens, you call the cops, and then they turn the situation on you and say they were trying to make you to prevent you from leaving because they wanted you to come down, and then for them to call the police on you.
And when asked to produce the CCTV footage, they say that they don't have the CCTV footage and the police are just okay with their explanation. And then the woman said that she reported to the police the incident of her being punched, and her employer lied that she fell on the couch. Me, I'm just wondering how hard this couch was that left her with a very severe black eye. And she's a black woman, remember, so it's very severe.
Yeah, for it to leave bruising in that color, it means that punch was very strong, you know.
It landed.
And personally, I ask myself, a person who has to hit a woman, you understand,
get his point across, that's just a foul person,
right? Because she had also audios which she played on another show, and in this audio she recorded for people to hear what was happening. So when she was having an altercation with this HR, it's because the way this HR guy was treating her, and she wanted to leave his his office, but this guy, you know, with his arrogance, he didn't want her to leave the office. So, you know, in that struggle, when he's trying to grab her and she's like, leave me alone, don't touch me, don't touch me, he punched her and she fell on the couch and then fell down. So she looked for a way to get out of the office and run out quickly. But what gets me is the people who are standing, you know, in the corridors outside the office and did nothing at all to, you know.
And someone even went on to give us false testament that she didn't see what was happening.
And she knows the truth.
What I usually say is, if you witness any injustice happening and you just stand there, and when questioned about the incident, you further go on to lie about what happened, it will happen to you also. That HR person, he won't have this South African to hit next time, he will hit you. You know?
Another thing I want to ask myself is, because you know, even if you've not watched our previous episode we've done about that Chinese man who pissed off a whole entire continent. It's a very recent video, go watch it. There's a Chinese guy who came out in the comment section telling us that Chinese are not racist, you know. Chinese,
we understand that.
Insisted they
We
are
understand. We understand that most of them are not racist, but there is also a
few
number
of them are not. Correct the statement. A few of them are not racist. Majority of them are. Why they behave that, I don't know. I think, I don't know. They think themselves to be superior, and Africans get the worst treatment of this feeling they have. You understand? Because they were also treated like that by their colonizers. So they feel like it's okay to treat other people like that. I don't know. And there's another Chinese who came to our comment section, and the Chinese tried to dismiss the video we did, which clearly showed somebody's account of what it's not like something was talking. This was a video recording of a racist Chinese person speaking this way about Kenya and the president. You understand? So on the comment section, there was a Chinese guy who came there and told me that Africa has tribal issues. Deal with that first before you start looking at China. We are not racist, you know. Stop painting China in a bad light.
Say, by the way, Africa has never denied its tribal issues. China always denies its racism issues. Africans have never denied their tribal issues, and specifically here in Kenya, we've really come a long way, and it's an everyday struggle. We all work together to end these issues of tribalism.
If you go to a country like Rwanda, right now, you can't tell a Rwandan person that
you are a person from Tutsi, you are from Hutu. They'll tell you, no, we are Rwandans. Then we are just Rwandans first, you know. So Africans, they have accepted they have a problem,
and we know.
They recognize they have a problem, and they're working towards a solution for these problems, the tribal issues, that is. But China, when will they start working towards fixing their racial issues?
If they don't want to even
recognize that they have an issue to begin with, they will never fix any of their racism issues if they don't recognize that the country has a problem with racism.
And also, I have to bring to your attention, this is an incident that happened a while back. The lady came back to Africa. She went back to her home, South Africa, and this is where she felt most safe to talk about
Africa will never really gain the respect it deserves. Africa will never really gain a foothold it deserves, because these leaders keep selling their people out before they look at the interest of their people.
People are sitting in positions of power only for greed. They not to help the people they're supposed to serve, but to just get their salary and get money from it. If you look, another case in point to prove that these African embassies really fail Africans, I'll take my own country for example, as a good example, Kenya. Look at Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia is a shithole country,
and it's not just Kenya. Every African worker, even from the Philippines, but I won't talk about another continent. I mentioned that so that we don't single out Africans alone. But look at Africans. People
when
from
they're in
Kenya,
Saudi Arabia, most of them suffer a lot.
People from Kenya, people from Nigeria, people from Uganda, it's all over African countries. When they go out there in the Middle East to work, how many of them come back deleted, unalived? How many of them?
Many of them come back as just vessels with no lives. You
And
know?
a lot of them, before it gets to that point, because we've
gone
had a
through
lot
torture.
we've had a lot of stories of Kenyans who go, you know, in the Middle East. They are tortured. They are, you know, the R word, I can't say.
They're taken
fully.
advantage of by the men there.
They are not just the men, even their sons, even. And you know, when this is happening, the woman in that house is there. They pretend not to know, and then when you start talking and when you come out, there's another story.
They all try to unalive
you, even the woman,
of the
because
house.
you've started talking. There was a Kenyan lady who went to the Middle East, Saudi Arabia to be specific, and she was going through all this. She even had, you know, wounds because of resisting
Physical
these kind
wounds.
Exactly,
That
because
was
of
still healing a year after she'd come back to Kenya.
Exactly, because she was trying to resist not to be taken advantage of. So one day she decided to talk to the woman of the house and tell them, look, this is what is happening, you know. But it's like this woman knew. She knew.
Instead, the woman chose to put poison in her food. You know,
And it was the son?
Yeah, and I don't know if it was the son who was also taking advantage of this lady. Is the one who told this lady, don't eat that food, it's been poisoned.
And that was the woman, because
yes,
she had started talking.
And this woman, mind you, when she was being told don't eat that food, she had already taken two spoons.
So by the time
two spoons was enough to damage her liver forever. Her liver, right now she's just living on medication. Only God knows how long she has to live.
Yeah, and she's back in Kenya, but after a
long struggle, meaning had she finished that plate, she'd have definitely ended up in Kenya unalived. You know. So my point and case is, we need to keep talking about what is happening in China and what Chinese are doing in Africa, so that it can be brought to light, and so that they too can know they have a problem. They can confess they have a problem. They can be held accountable, and they can start fixing their issues and get right with themselves, because they are racist.
Yeah, for as long as they deny, that's an issue that's not going to be dealt with, because I'm trying to ask myself, if one person, let's just say one Chinese person here in Africa, you're in a foreign land, you know, you have to really look at be careful on how you behave. So you're in foreign land, and the majority of people around you are of the same color. We are all black, right? But you still have the nerve to come and to be racist towards this person, even the utmost power, the president, and still feel like nothing can touch you. So my question is, if that one can behave like that here in this foreign land,
imagine how a collective of them can behave in China, and the African, it's just one Africa versus 10 Chinese people.
How many ordeals that does this one African go through?
Right.
You will face someone here who says something to you,
someone there who does something to you, and then they later come to threaten you. If you talk, we will do this and that. And their government will support them, because they're not really racist, and the incidences never get reported, and it's swept under the rug, and when they are posted about, they get deleted. So you guys, we'll just leave you to ponder over this episode for today. And for those of you who have a comment or a thought on this episode, please leave it on our comment section, and
subscribe if you have not. Let's catch you on our next episode.